We begin with the latest details from President Donald Trump's tour of the Middle East, which began in Saudi Arabia just yesterday. The president met Syria's new interim leader, Mohammad al-Jolani, becoming the first U.S. president in 25 years to meet a Syrian leader. The two leaders were joined by Turkiye's President Erdogan via video conference and Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman for a brief meeting ahead of a larger gathering of Gulf leaders in Saudi Arabia. Now, the meeting comes after President Trump announced that the U.S. would be lifting sanctions on Damascus, a move that follows the ouster of Syria's longtime strongman Bashar al-Assad in December of last year.
There is a new government that will hopefully succeed in stabilizing the country and keeping peace. That's what we want to see in Syria. They've had their share of travesty, war, killing, many years. That's why my administration has already taken the first steps toward restoring normal relations between the United States and Syria.
Now, under Assad, Syria remained in a state of war with neighboring Israel, maintained close ties to Iran and Russia, and had turbulent relations with the West. Now, shifting that stance, President Trump said he was lifting the brutal and crippling sanctions after requests from Syria's allies in Turkiye and Saudi Arabia.
After discussing the situation in Syria with the Crown Prince, your Crown Prince, and also with President Erdogan of Turkey, who called me the other day and asked for a very similar thing, among others, and friends of mine, people that I have a lot of respect for in the Middle East, I will be ordering the cessation of sanctions against Syria in order to give them a chance at greatness.
In Riyadh, President Trump also took aim at Iran, calling it the most destructive force in the region, and vowed once again to never allow it to obtain a nuclear weapon.
The biggest and most destructive of these forces is the regime in Iran, which has caused unthinkable suffering in Syria, Lebanon, Gaza, Iraq, Yemen, and beyond.
Meanwhile, celebrations broke out across Syria as dozens gathered in cities to mark the end of sanctions, which the government called a turning point for the country's stability.
The sanctions only hurt the Syrian people, not the regime. The lifting of the sanctions is a wonderful thing. Thank you to whoever helped lift them.
With sanctions now off the table and diplomatic contact restored, Washington's relations with Damascus are now entering a new phase. But with Iran still in the crosshairs and questions remaining over who holds real power in post-Assad Syria, this new chapter is likely to be closely watched, both in the region and beyond.
At Firstpost, we are choosing to hold on to accuracy. That means we won't always be first. We may not get you your breaking alert. But what you will get is what we owe you. And that is the truth. Verified, checked, and cross-checked. We rely on sources and verified ones. After all, that's what separates a journalist from a loudspeaker. But sometimes even we miss a beat. And when we do, we will tell you. Like yesterday, we ran visuals from a registered news agency. That visual turned out to be fake. So we are taking accountability. And from now on, we will cite the source of every visual. Every picture, every video that you see on Firstpost will have a source mentioned. That is our commitment to you. We will wait, we will verify, we will ask again, and only then will we tell you. No noise, no panic, just the facts. Because right now, that is what the country needs most.